Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got a lot of stuff to get into, new Pokemon updates, Indigo Disk stuff I want to talk about, and as well as that, we have some new Nintendo Switch 2 leaks to break down as well. Plenty of things to talk about today though, so if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, I wanted to get into this because a lot of misinformation is being spread around about Pokemon and Pokemon Bank. So basically, a few days ago, Nintendo tweeted out saying as of early April 2024, online play and other functionality that uses online communication will end service for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. Thank you very much for your continued support of our products. So obviously a bit of a dark day in terms of the 3DS and the Wii U. Really unfortunate to see that they're just going to be stopping online now completely for these different systems. And of course a lot of people now are a little bit unaware of what that means for Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Transport and stuff like that. Does that mean that they are going to be then cancelled and stuff like that? People saw this and just instantly thought that Pokemon Bank was basically going to be over. However, though, it has since been confirmed that that is not the case. Pokemon Bank is not going anywhere. It is still going to be usable for the foreseeable future. We have HDvee here tweeting out saying, HDvee update, Nintendo 3DS online services, including gameplay, will end in early April 2024. Pokemon Bank will still be able to be used after this for the foreseeable future. Pokemon Bank is not going anywhere. So obviously Pokemon Bank is going to be staying when they do stop the online for the 3DS and the Wii U. However, they have actually spoken about the fact that you should be transferring your Pokemon sooner rather than later because Pokemon Bank will indeed be going offline in the future. So on HDvee it says, however, it has been confirmed that Pokemon Bank will continue to run after this time, so we'll still be able to use that software and transfer Pokemon to Pokemon Home. The Pokemon companies state there will be a time when Bank goes offline, so recommend transferring Pokemon to Home sooner rather than later. And then it says, with Nintendo Badge Arcade, after this time, you will no longer be able to load the app and put badges in your badge box remaining. You can only store 1,000 badges after this. With 2,077 different Pokemon badges, it will be impossible to save all the badges onto your 3DS at any one time, but you can split them across different SD cards. So yeah, even though, like I say, the Pokemon Bank is not going to be affected by this eShop thing, the Nintendo 3DS thing, Nintendo Wii U thing, it is still going to be closing in the future. We don't know if that's going to be the near future or not. I'm assuming it will be at some point next year. They might just give us a bit of time to be able to do everything. But after that, you basically, all of your Pokemon will be stuck on the 3DS and the systems before that. So everything from the DS to the 3DS, they will all be stuck there. So if you've got any shinies or any legendary Pokemon or any competitive Pokemon that you do want to send across, then you have to do it like sooner rather than later, because there will be a point where you will not be able to do it anymore and Pokemon Bank will be just cut off. Like, you won't be able to transfer to Pokemon Home anymore, which is really, really unfortunate. But I mean, it makes sense because obviously they are going to be, like I say, stopping the online stuff. They're clearly just keeping Pokemon Bank open a little bit longer because there are a lot of ties with older games. It's really unfortunate, but it is just the way that it's going to go. I hope they make some sort of other way to be able to transfer them, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I think they're just going to be done with Pokemon Bank now, which is also why they made it free, I assume, because it's going to be going offline in I guess like next year. So really, really unfortunate. But yeah, like I said, if you've got any Pokemon that you do need to transfer across, make sure to do it sooner rather than later. The other thing that's interesting about this as well is it's early April 2024, which is the new fiscal year, because obviously March is when the fiscal year ends and then like the new one begins and stuff. And a lot of obviously information about the Switch 2 is about the fact that it is going to be not announced in this fiscal year, or it's not going to drop in this fiscal year, but it's apparently going to be the next one. So it's quite interesting that all the 3DS and Wii U stuff all the Wii U stuff are stopping in April 2024, which is obviously the new fiscal year. I don't know if that's a massive like hint towards the Switch 2 or not. No idea really. But either way, very, very interesting regardless. But yeah, Pokemon Bank home, all that stuff, absolutely fine. Moving on, I want to talk about this because there's also a little bit of misinformation about this as well, and it's to do with the release date of the Indigo Disk. So originally, Light tweeted out saying, the release date subject to change. I swear to God that this was not mentioned before. This has been changed with the release of the teal mask because of the description of the teal mask also has been changed. So they're referencing this here, the Indigo Disk, where it says the story continues to become an exchange student and visit Blueberry Academy. Most of this unusual school is located under the ocean, and its curriculum emphasizes Pokemon battling. The Indigo Disk is slated for release in winter 2023, and then it says release date subject to change. And Light is basically here saying that they've added the release subject to change, but that's not the case. It has not been changed at all. It's always said that. It said the same for the teal mask as well. Obviously, they've got to update the teal mask because it is now available. But with the Indigo Disk, it's always said release date subject to change. So if a lot of people have been saying, oh, it's going to get pushed back now and stuff, you know, that's not the case. It's always said that. We've had Soul Silver also talking about this, saying, been seeing people mention this. Maybe they updated the site when the teal mask released, but they always had this disclaimer. Every time they said the dates, they said it was subject to change. With that being said, we know from multiple leaks that the Indigo Disk was planned for 2024, but then they announced it for winter 2023, which to me means they've been pushing to get it out before the end of 2023. If that does change, they covered themselves with this line. However, I still strongly believe that they want it released before the end of the year, and things like Regulation E and maybe the anime Pokemon arc support that too. Just don't be surprised either way. I'll be slightly disappointed because it's just still September right now. Obviously, I'm recording this in October, but when this was posted, it was in September. What's hilarious to me is that people think that one more month will mean better performance, but Scarlet and Violet has had months now, and performance hasn't changed. And then this is just confirmation of the tweet where it was always subject to change. This was Jan tweeting out on the 5th of September, saying, guys, I would like to remind everyone that the release date of the Indigo Disk is still subject to change. Yes, it was always planned for winter 2023, but I won't 100% assume it will not be delayed until 2024 just because of this reason. And as you can see down here, it does say release date subject to change. So yeah, a lot of people have been like asking me about this and like streams and stuff, and I just wanted to make this abundantly clear that it's always said that. And a lot of people have also been saying that it's going to be coming out in 2024 because that's what it says on the eShop. Again, I feel like a broken record, but I have to continuously say this. That is just a placeholder date. It is just there as like a worst case scenario. It will definitely be out by April 2024, but there is no way they're going to release the Indigo Disk after the Pokemon Presents in February, because they're going to announce a new game in the Pokemon Presents in February. There's no way they're going to announce a new game and take all the hype away from the Indigo Disk. The Indigo Disk will be out this year, and then in February, we'll get a new Pokemon game announced, which could be Gen 5 remakes, Gen 2 remakes. I don't even know. One of those most likely. But either way, a new game will be announced in February. Most likely for November. Again, it could be different. It has been all over the place since like the whole Legends Arceus BDSP situation. But the Indigo Disk is still fine to be coming out this year. Again, it could get pushed back until next year. But I'm saying like, it'd have to be January. Like, there's no way it comes out after February. So we're getting closer to the release of it. Either way, that's that. Also, I'm recording this before any potential release date as well. So obviously, if the release date is here, that whole part of the video was just pointless. But either way, let's move on to the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks. So the first one is here from Stealth. I see we've gotten some new Switch successor rumors. So this is per Necro Lipe. Far Cry 7 is coming to Switch 2 at the same time as other platforms. Now, this person has had an interesting kind of record, really. They were talking about like the Nintendo Direct recently that obviously was in September. I believe they got the dates wrong for that. So I'm not 100% convinced by this person. They've definitely also said in the past that we're going to get like a Pokemon trailer at a certain time. That's also not happened and stuff. So very much a 50-50 with that. But yeah, apparently Far Cry 7 is coming to the Switch 2 at the same time as other platforms. And then per Zippo, which is a much more reliable leaker, a 2D Donkey Kong is in development. The 3D Mario launch game is open world and jaw-dropping. So it sounds like we're getting a massive open world Mario game for the Nintendo Switch 2 when it drops. Because obviously they have to drop it with a big game. I was expecting to see like Mario Kart 9 or something, but it looks like it's going to be an open world Mario game instead. And yeah, apparently it's going to be jaw-dropping. Apparently it's going to be really, really good. We know many devs have the Switch 2 dev kits, so I'm sure we'll be hearing more and more rumors about what games are and aren't coming to it. As always, rumors should be taken with a grain of salt. I know Zippo isn't reliable, but I like thinking about a new 3D Mario. And then for the record, I also believe a new 3D Mario is coming as Switch 2's major launch title, not because of any leakers or rumors, but because the 3D Mario team is always working on 3D Mario. It has always been way too long since they've released a new game excluding Bowser's Fury. So apparently Zippo is not that reliable. Zippo, I think, is definitely more reliable than Necro Lipe, but at the same time, apparently they're both they've both got things right in the past, both got things wrong in the past. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt. We have a little bit more stuff to go over as well. So, My Nintendo News here saying Gaming Insider says we will see a lot of multi-platform Switch 2 announcements in the next 12 to 18 months. So, this was posted on My Nintendo News, and this is the information about it here. So, Video Game Insider Tom Henderson, who has a good track record when it comes to leaks, so a much more reliable source than the last two that we covered, has stated on the social media platform X that Nintendo fans should expect to see a lot of trailers mentioning launching on Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC for third-party games in the next 12 to 18 months. So when something new is announced and they're like showing all the consoles it's available for, Nintendo Switch 2 will also be on that list as well. It is still not clear when Nintendo is planning to announce its long-awaited follow-up to the Nintendo Switch family of systems. It is thought that the Switch 2 will be revealed sometime early next year. And this is the actual tweet here from Tom, saying, really excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 and its tech. We'll see launching on Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC a heck of a lot in 12 to 18 months. So that's really, really cool. So a lot of big games will also be coming to the new Nintendo Switch console as well. And then finishing things off, we have another leak to go over as well. Leaker says Capcom is preparing Monster Hunter 6 for the Nintendo Switch 2. And I guess this just goes hand in hand with what Tom was saying here about like these titles that are going to be available for the Switch 2 as well. So more rumors are circulating today regarding Nintendo's long-awaited successor to the Nintendo Switch. Following Far Cry 7, Nintendo Universe editor Necro Lipe, which again, we've already covered him, interesting track record, now says that Capcom is preparing the next game, dubbed Monster Hunter 6, for the new Nintendo system, alongside PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S. It's not difficult to believe the latest rumor, as Monster Hunter games have always performed well financially for developer Capcom on Nintendo systems. We'll know for sure when the platform is officially unveiled by Nintendo. So that's all the latest Switch 2 leaks and stuff. Some pretty interesting things. Like, I would love a 3D, like an open world, like 3D Mario game. This sounds really, really good. And apparently if it's jaw-dropping as well, like, it's even better. And I'm really happy to see that a lot of launch titles are going to be coming to, like, the Nintendo Switch 2 as well as the same time as PC, PS5, Xbox. And when we all saw the Mortal Kombat game, the kind of comparison between the Nintendo Switch and, like, the PS5, it was literally like comparing a Final Fantasy game on the PS5, and it was like comparing it to some sort of like PS2 game on the Nintendo Switch. Like, the graphics were terrible, and yeah, the fact that we're still charging max price was very, very, I'd say the word scummy, but it, like, they definitely shouldn't have been charging that much. So hopefully the Nintendo Switch 2 can right all those wrongs and make these games actually look a lot better. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on Pokemon Bank still being available? When do you think the Indigo Disk is going to be released? And then also, are you going to be getting the Nintendo Switch 2, or are you going to wait for it to see what it's like and stuff like that? But either way, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.